Imagine massive stones, each heavier than 2 elephants, lifted with millimeter precision, long before cranes existed. Picture hundreds of workers carving perfect holes in solid granite, using only copper tools and gritty sand. See the Great Pyramid of Giza, aligned so perfectly with the North Star that it puts modern GPS to shame. How did they do it? Was it just sweat and simple tools, or did they possess secrets we've lost? Tonight, uncover inventions and methods so advanced that even today's engineers are baffled. From the unfinished obelisk still in the quarry to hidden tunnels beneath the temples, prepare to explore ancient Egypt like never before. Get ready for a journey into the heart of the world's greatest mysteries. Welcome to Real History Uncovered.
The history of Egypt has been studied for many years, and to this day it still retains many unsolved mysteries. The construction of the Egyptian pyramids used very advanced technology, which is extremely inconsistent with the knowledge we learn from books. Here are some of the unsolved mysteries, such as the impossible drill holes on rocks and the carvings on very hard and difficult to shape rocks. These carvings are very common in the Nile region, and it is said that they were all done using bronze and bronze tools. If these primitive means were used to achieve this, it would be impossible. Even with the precision of 21st century machines, it is very difficult to complete such works. Here is a very good example. On the statue of Ramses II, who ruled Egypt 20-30 years ago, this red granite statue scores 7 on the Mohs scale. In any case, it is impossible to carve on it using copper chisels because the face of the statue is very symmetrical on both sides, and its proportions are very perfect. If the statue is divided into 2 halves and one half is superimposed on the other, it would be like looking at oneself in the mirror. We can see that they fit perfectly without distortion, showing perfect symmetry. Additionally, the creation of this statue also used mathematical formulas and geometric knowledge. There is no doubt that this is not something humans can achieve. The effect can only be achieved using laser scanning technology and with the help of computers. So what kind of technology did they use? The Temple of Hathor is one of the best preserved temples in the Dendera complex in Egypt. Until the 19th century, it was covered by mud and sand, which preserved its external structure and internal contents. This temple is famous for the mysterious reliefs on its walls. According to some theories, these scenes depict an artificial lighting system powered by batteries. But this is not the only magical thing about this place. The stairs leading to the temple roof have some very unusual features. As you can see, the granite steps are severely worn, almost merging with each other. But this strange wear on the steps was not caused by the footsteps of the clergy, but rather looks like the steps have been melted, because they appear wavy, as if extreme heat melted the granite, causing it to flow down the middle of the steps and even accumulate a large amount of solid material on the lower steps. This is really incredible. What force could melt the hard rock into this state? Some speculate that the temple roof might have been a launch pad, and the exhaust from the aircraft melted the stone. Others suggest that this state was caused by conflicts between advanced civilizations that possessed destructive weapons capable of causing such damage. Whatever the reason, it indicates that a tremendous heat source was needed to produce this situation. But we know nothing about this matter. If the idea of having destructive weapons in the past seems absurd, there is another incredible piece of evidence. In 1922, British archaeologist Howard Carter discovered the tomb of King Tutankhamun, unearthing many valuable items, including a unique piece of jewelry. When he discovered it, this piece of jewelry did not attract attention. It is a pectoral with a rare yellow gemstone in the center, held by a scarab beetle with a solar boat and the Eye of Horus, a masterpiece of craftsmanship. Carter believed that this scarab-shaped gemstone was made of agate, but it was later determined to be carved from a type of glass found in the Libyan desert. This glass is scattered over a 10 square kilometer seismic area. Scientists speculate that this glass was formed by the explosion of a meteorite 28 million years ago. Scientist Mark Boslow claims that only a fireball rotating with the power and speed of a tornado could generate such high-temperature airflows, causing the sand and rocks to melt. After conducting atomic bomb explosion experiments in New Mexico, it was found that crystals formed from melted sand grains appeared on the ground. After the nuclear explosion, the temperature in the desert area reached 1,800 degrees. Similar fragments are also widely distributed in the Sahara Desert, the Mojave Desert, and other places. These fragments are thousands of years old. The crystals found in the deserts of Egypt, Iraq, and Libya are estimated to require heat 10,000 times higher than the atomic experiments in New Mexico to produce. that the purity of the crystals found in the Libyan desert exceeds 99% and does not show the characteristics of being mixed with meteorite iron particles, which is almost inevitable. All signs indicate that the tomb of Tutankhamun is further evidence of the existence of advanced technology in ancient times. Perhaps the pharaohs knew their true origins. The magnificent architecture of Egypt could only be created by a great civilization. But are we really sure that the ancient Egyptians were the builders? About 4,000 years ago, there were some coincidences connecting different prehistoric civilizations around the world, sharing universal scientific knowledge and proving that Egypt was only part of a great world civilization. For example, why were pyramids built in almost every corner of the earth, with some very advanced civilizations using the same pattern to design pyramid-shaped buildings around the world? We do not know the purpose of these buildings. The mystery of the Egyptian pyramids. When we discovered that the structure of the 3 pyramids of ancient Egypt aligns with the constellation of Orion from 12,500 years ago, the 3 main pyramids of Teotihuacan also follow the same pattern. Even the pyramids in China are like this. Egypt and the Inca civilization have many examples of connections, as well as similar architectural techniques used in both cultures. This can be observed on the outer walls of the Misrini pyramid, where the stones have the same protrusions as those on the walls of Cusco. Additionally, some buildings in Egypt use connecting pins to join the stones, specifically in the temples of Giza and Luxor. These metal pins have very special compositions and are also present in ancient temples on various continents. They not only shared architectural techniques but also symbols of power such as the sun or snakes, as well as rituals or superstitions. Even the deities in all cultures are similar. But the most striking thing is that the Egyptian pharaohs and deities are depicted with elongated skulls. Interestingly, similar skulls have been found in Peru and other places. This is not a coincidence, but evidence that all ancient civilizations shared a common past and knowledge of advanced technology capable of building all the magnificent and inexplicable ancient structures. All these relics prove that there was a forgotten. If it was caused by a meteorite, its impact would create a huge crater. However, there is no evidence of such a crater if we consider a civilization that ruled the world in the past and history has already forgotten them.